Hello everyone, welcome to Prime Recaps. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. It will make us happy and help us keep making more videos like this. Today, I will be explaining a movie titled Django Unchained, released in the year 2012. At the beginning of the movie, brothers, Ace and Dickie drives a group of shackled black slaves on foot in Texas year 1858. Among them is Django, sold off and separated from his wife Brumhilde von Schaft, a house slave who speaks German and English. They are stopped by Dr. King Schultz, a German dentist turned bounty hunter seeking to buy Django for his knowledge of the three outlaw Brittle brothers, overseers at the plantation of Django's previous owner, and for whom Schultz has a warrant to kill. When Ace refuses to sell Django to Schultz and levels his gun at him, Schultz kills him and shoots Dickie's horse to pin him to the ground. Schultz insists on paying a fair price for Django before leaving the other slaves to kill Dickie. Schultz offers Django his freedom and $75 in exchange to help tracking down the Brittles brothers. Django and Dr. King Schultz decided to go get a drink. When they arrive at a place to get the drink, they kick the innkeeper out. While Schultz is discussing with Django, he tells him that he would like them to go into an agreement to search for the three brothers, since Django knows how they look. When Django points them out, he will kill them and be rewarded with $75 for the three of them. The innkeeper went to call the sheriff, and right before the sheriff was done talking, Schultz levels his gun at him and immediately, Schultz kills him and jokingly tells the innkeeper to get the marshal. When the marshal arrived to arrest and kill Schultz, he got him to understand that there is a price of $200 reward for whoever get the sheriff dead or alive, and that he is an outlaw, and that he was obeying a court order. They decided to continue traveling. When they arrive at Tennessee, Schultz suggests they should go to the plantation and Django would act like a servant. They decided to ride to Mr. Bennett, resident in Daughtry, to make a deal with him. Mr. Bennett instructs one amongst his female maid to show Django around while he has conversations with Schultz. Django asks the maid if she has seen the three brothers, and she affirms it, showing him where one is. Django sighted him from afar, and he immediately started remembering how his wife was badly beaten by the three brothers. The female maid pointed to the direction where the others were punishing little Johnny for breaking eggs. He went straight to him and shot him. He went to where the second brother was and started flogging him before shooting him. They went back to the garden to kill the third brother, Alex. Bennett and his armed servant demanded explanation, and Schultz told them that no one will get hurt and he is a legal representative of the criminal justice of the United States of America, and Django is his deputy with a signed warrant for the arrest or capture, dead or alive, of the Brittle brothers. And they are wanted men for murder. After Django and Schultz kill the Brittle brothers at Spencer, Big Daddy Bennett's Tennessee plantation, Bennett lets Django and Schultz leave due to the warrant. Django tells Schultz that he wants to use his money to buy the freedom of his wife Brumhilde, who is a slave in Mississippi. Schultz proposes another deal to Django that if he teams up with him during winter, he would give him 1/3 of the rewards and help him rescue Brumhilde. Django accepts his new deal and they became partners and friends. Big Daddy Bennett but tries to attack them with a posse. Schultz ambushes the posse with explosives and Django kills Bennett. Feeling responsible for Django, Schultz agrees to help him find and rescue Brumhilde, his wife. They return to Texas, where Django collects his first bounty, keeping the handbill as a memento. He and Schultz rack up several bounties before spring. Then they travel to Mississippi and learn that Brumhilde's new owner is Calvin J. Candy, the charming but cruel owner of the Candyland plantation, where slaves are forced to wrestle to the death in brutal Mandingo fights. Schultz and Django hatch a plan, deciding that Candy will price Brumhilde beyond their reach. If they try to buy her up front, they will instead offer $12,000, equivalent to $376,000 in 2021, for one of his best fighters as a pretext to acquiring Brumhilde for a nominal sum. They meet Candy at his gentleman's club and make the offer. Intrigued, Candy invites them to Candyland and requests to have a feast with them. While they are at the dining table eating and discussing about business and pleasure, Django sits in silence. Brumhilde is seen serving them drinks, and Dr. Schultz keeps on talking about how glad he is talking to someone in German and he really likes her. But the head servant seems to be suspicious about Django and Brumhilde. He feels they've known each other before now, and he confronts her, and she instantly denies knowing him. Back to the dining table, while negotiating the slave's price, Dr. Schultz tells him that he wants his lawyer to draw up a legal contract before exchanging that amount of money for flesh, and they will be back in 5 days' time with the lawyer to seal up the contract and pay. Having told Brumhilde of their plan, Schultz offers to buy her as his escort while negotiating the initial deal during dinner. Candy's staunchly loyal and suspicious head house slave Steven realizes that Brumhilde knows Django, deduces their plan, and alerts Candy. Candy alters the deal at gunpoint to sell Brumhilde for $12,000 instead of the fighter. Schultz reluctantly agrees. During the sale's finalization, Candy threatens to kill Brumhilde if Schultz does not shake his hand to seal the deal, stating that it's a tradition that after sealing a deal, both parties must shake hands, that it shows good faith. And he orders one of his comrades to shoot at Brumhilde if they leave without Schultz shaking him. Schultz agrees, but as he approaches Candy, he shoots and kills him instead. Butch Pooch, Candy's bodyguard, kills Schultz, and Django goes on a rampage, killing Pooch, Candy's lawyer Leonide Magai, and several of Candy's henchmen, but is forced to surrender when Brumhilde is taken hostage with a gun pointing to her head. The next morning, the chained Django is tortured and about to be castrated by Candy's henchman Billy Crash when Steven arrives, informing him that Candy's sister Lara, who has taken charge of the plantation, has ordered him to be sold to a mining company and worked to death. En route there, Django devises an escape plan and uses his first handbill to prove to his escorts that he is a bounty hunter. He falsely claims the men on the handbill are at Candyland and promises the escorts a share of the reward money. Once released, Django kills his escorts and returns to Candyland with dynamite. Recovering Brumhilde's freedom papers from Schultz's corpse, Django bids him goodbye and avenges him and D'Artagnan by killing the trackers. Django frees Brumhilde just as Candy's mourners return from his burial. At the mansion, Django kills Lara, Crash, and the remaining henchmen, releases the 2 remaining house slaves, and kneecaps Steven before igniting the dynamite he had planted throughout the mansion. Django and Brumhilde watch from a distance as the mansion explode before riding off together. I hope you liked the movie. Kindly subscribe for more content like this and hit the like button to help us out. You can also suggest a movie you would love us to explain in the comments section. Thank you for watching.